Hi everyone, it's Raza von Werder, and I'm talking about the great prophet of matriarchy, the right hand of Mother God. His name is William Bond. I'm very privileged and lucky to have him for a friend and a co-worker. And I tried really hard in the beginning, over 10 years ago, about 11 years ago, 2004, 2005, to, that's more than, sure, that's more than 10 years ago. Yeah, sure, of course. And I worked kind of hard to cultivate his friendship, and he's not that easy to be buddies for me to become buddies with. uh, I worked at it, I worked hard at it until he trusted me and became more friendly, and I was very grateful. I believe in his work. William Bond has done miracles, and I believe it's between him and me that the matriarchal movement took off into the mainstream. We've done wonderful things, and I'm very proud of him, and I'm proud of myself. We're good workers for Mother God. He came up with many principles and many ideas that stimulated and inspired me. Some of the things he taught and preached were, it's like some of these things that are so simple and yet no one really said it. And one of the basic premises and the great teachings that he put forth and preached and promulgated, and to this day continues to reiterate so many times, is that the reason women are better leaders of the world, and of course the family, is because they are mothers. And now, you're going to say, are you kidding me? Everybody knows that. Yes, but no one was saying it. No one in our society or in feminism, no one that I know of, no leader, no teacher, was preaching that because a woman is a mother and has a maternal instinct, she is the proper leader, because a mother has an instinct to take care of people. And then he brought forth the facts and the um, behaviors of women, like they take care of little animals and big animals. They're very good with animal uh, caretaking. They're good with caretaking old people. They're good with caretaking children. They don't start wars. Yes, they have been in wars. Yes, they have defended countries, Bodacia and there have been women warlords, but they were basically defending their country. Rather, they did not try to build empire like Alexander the Great or Mussolini or Hitler or the Bushes or anybody. They didn't try to build empires by going out and stealing, killing, destroying people to get what they had, to steal what they had. They didn't do that. And so he brings forth the difference between a maternal instinct and a male instinct, and it's so obvious, but he was the first person I know of that consistently and clearly preached this, and I was like, wow, he's so incredibly right, and I never really thought of it in that context. And I love this teaching that he has. He said, women are like a cork. In order to hold them down, you got to hold them down like a cork. And the minute you let go, they come up. And that was one of the greatest analogies I have ever heard of the emerging womanhood, the emerging female empowerment, the female in the workplace, females in feminism, females in sports, females in bodybuilding, females in the Olympics, females in boxing and wrestling, females in the corporate quarters, females breaking the glass ceiling, females running foundations and charity organizations, women running teaching gorillas how to talk. You know, Coco and his leader, and others, Michael, Coco, Michael, and the other gorillas that they brought in to this great lady who is teaching, who has taught Coco 1,000 gestures, sign language, and 500 of which she speaks on a regular basis. But she knows 1,000, but 500 of these she uses consistently. And this Michael, her friend, another gorilla, he's learned several hundred of these gestures as well. So this is what women are good at, you see. And then you have other women in animal research, Diane Fossey with the gorillas, and then you have Jane Goodall with the chimpanzees. So they're very good at nurturing, caring about, research. So why wouldn't they be good at leading the world if they care about people? You wouldn't have the dog-eat-dog rat race world. Okay, enough on that. William wanted me to comment about him and his articles and his work, so I did a little bit, and I could do more. He sent me an article which I will read, and because he asked me to speak about his work and to make comments, he thought it would be more interesting and entertaining. So maybe I'll give a few comments on his work. I agree with 99% of everything. There, once in a while, he might say something I could discuss. It doesn't mean I'm against it, but I just want to have a discussion on it. So I looked over this article before. I didn't read it word for word, but I read bits and pieces, and I saw some things I might talk about. But it doesn't mean I am critical of anything he does. I am 100% behind all his work. I love it. And so I'm going to read it, and when I come to something that I think interesting that I could add to, then I will. This article has no name, but it's about the type of religion and point of view of males versus females. Excuse me while I drink some of my beer. I like beer. I like whiskey too. I like drinks. So I hope you don't mind. And if you're critical of it, if you think beer drinking is bad, don't do it. All right, here we go. This article is from William Bond, who I love, and it's about women and men and a different religious point of view that a matriarchal religion would have versus a patriarchal religion. So here he goes. Although many people read positive thinking books, most have problems making it work for them. One of the reasons is because they have doubts that thinking positive thoughts would give them what they want. So negative feelings of doubt slow any positive momentum they are trying to create. Okay, this is me talking. I agree with you totally. You've got to have faith, and you've got to have confidence in the good. And remember this, when you worry and think negative thoughts, you are giving power to the negative. You are giving power to the bad stuff. You are giving it credibility and believability. So do not dwell on the negative stuff. Keep affirming the positive. Keep believing in the positive. And by the way, I have studied the world's greatest teacher of positive thinking, and her name is Catherine Ponder. There is no one greater than her. She put out 12 books on positive thinking. I bought about 10 of them. I gave all of them away except one or two. But she is the greatest, Catherine Ponder, and she's in Palm Desert, yeah. Palm Desert. I once sent her a big donation over there the first year I learned about her. I sent her a big donation. I sent her 10% of my salary that year, and she got me going. She sent me a beautiful letter, and she got me started on a road of prosperity. She teaches prosperity. Not just money. It's not just money. It's everything. Okay, everything. Okay, so we're starting. Here we go. We're almost there. I usually wait for the 10-minute mark. We're just about there. So let me continue William Bond's article in the next one. To be continued.